Welcome to Things That Never Happened, bedtime stories for adults who need therapy. Tonight's story is called Bippity, Boppity, and Boo, How Triplets Became the Mayors of the Moon. As always, none of this ever happened. There once were three triplets named Bippity, Boppity, and Boo. Bippity was the oldest by 4 whole minutes and treated this like she had personally invented time itself. Boppity was second to Pop, and he was the careful one. He liked rules, lists, schedules, and instruction manuals. He once read an entire booklet about how to date a raccoon for dummies. He learned absolutely nothing. Boo was different as the baby. Boo once spent 3 weeks trying to teach a potato how to dance. He lives in a place we call La La Land. Well, they all did, but especially Boo. The potato quit and started therapy. Every morning, Bippity gathered her brothers for what she called an important family meeting. Every morning, it was neither important nor a meeting. It was just Bippity telling them what they're going to do. "I have a vision," Bippity announced one Tuesday. Boppity sighed with laughter, and of course, Boo applauded. "I think today," said Bippity, "we should become mayors." "Mayors of what?" asked Boppity. "The moon." Boo nodded whilst looking suspicious and said, "I didn't know we had a moon. Plus, I think it took the night off." But before anyone could argue, a mysterious vending machine appeared in their kitchen. The triplets had never seen it before. It stood humming in the corner between the refrigerator and a bowl of fake half-eaten bananas. A sign blinked, "Mayor of the Moon. 1 position available for 3 people." "See," said Bippity. "Isn't it wonderful?" The machine accepted exactly 1 button press. Naturally, Boo pressed it. The machine dinged and a receipt emerged. "Congratulations, you are now mayors of the moon." Confetti and a town parade appeared for 3.6 seconds, and no one saw them ever again. Back to the blinking sign. "Please report for duty immediately." The floor disappeared, which felt a little excessive. The triplets tumbled through a glittering tunnel filled with floating marshmallows, elevator music, and what appeared to be several confused fishermen. Not sure why they were there, but that's another story indeed. 37 seconds later, they landed on the moon. The moon, as it turned out, was run entirely by pigeons. Thousands of pigeons. Pigeons in neckties, pigeons carrying briefcases, pigeons attending committee meetings. One particularly important pigeon approached them wearing a penguin suit because he felt the job should be formal. "Finally," he said. "You can talk?" said Boo. The pigeon frowned. "Should you be the only one to speak?" "Of course I can talk. I'm in management." The triplets were teleported to Moon City Hall. Inside, chaos ruled. Pigeons argued in every direction. Feathers were everywhere. One pigeon had a black eye. Some wanted the moon's clouds to be shaped like waffles, while others wanted the clouds to be shaped like paperwork. Neither side would compromise. The debate had lasted 11 years, 3 months, 6 days, and 48 whole minutes, and one very dramatic Tuesday. Bippity climbed onto a conference table. "I have an idea." Everyone became silent, even the pigeons, especially the pigeons. Bippity pointed dramatically toward the ceiling. "We can make the clouds look like waffle-shaped paperwork." The room froze. 5 pigeons fainted. Another fell out of his tree chair and broke his wing. One pigeon dropped his briefcase filled with game tokens for some reason. Another dropped a muffin, but ate it anyway. And a third pigeon dropped a different pigeon and now they're divorced. The crowd erupted. Cheers echoed across the moon. She's brilliant! She's a genius! She somehow made taxes taste delicious. The moon had never seen leadership like this. Boppity immediately organized the new cloud department. Boo accidentally became director of potato affairs, and nobody knew why the moon needed a director of potato affairs, including Boo. Yet somehow he excelled. For 3 glorious days, the triplets governed the moon, making all sorts of changes. Some were very, very not necessary. The pigeons adored them. Parades were held. Songs were written. A statue was built of Bippity heroically pointing at a waffle. Boppity received an award for excellence in spreadsheet design, and Boo was gifted a ceremonial potato wearing a tiny crown. Then came the farewell celebration parade that lasted 3.6 seconds. Again, the head pigeons shook their hands. "You have saved us all." Bippity smirked. It was an honor. Boppity nodded. "Please remember to update your records." Boo hugged the ceremonial potato. The vending machine returned. The triplets stepped inside. A flash of light filled the sky, and moments later they were back in their home in the kitchen. Everything looked normal, except for one thing. Sitting on the counter was a tiny golden trophy, and it read, "World's Best Mayors, Property of the Moon." Boo smiled, and the potato smiled too, which was concerning, but nobody mentioned it. And that, my friends, was the story of Bippity, Boppity, and Boo, and how they became mayors of the moon. Remember, these things never happen because they're not real, baby. It's happened. Good night. Sleep well. Sayonara and aloha.